Hi, I'm Rick Dior. I'm the professor of percussion at UNC Charlotte, and I'm here today to talk about the NCMEA rudimental snare drum audition, as well as the tambourine section. So this is the second part of the snare drum audition. I already put the first part up here on YouTube for you to study, and this is the rudimental or technical version of this. First, a little about the equipment I'm using. The snare drum is a Pearl Philharmonic Tamo ash. I have a little bit tighter than I did for the concert solo. The sticks I'm using are a heavy Tigerwood. They're about 84 grams with a little bit of a thicker shaft. This helps me with my rudimental playing here. Okay, the tambourine I'm using is an older Black Swamp Chromium bronze tambourine with an animal skin, a calf skin head. Not the greatest for this time of year, it's very humid. But when you have these auditions, I believe they're in January, it'll be very dry, so you can use an animal skin head. It's fine that time of year. So we'll talk about this rudimental part first. So being the technical part of the audition, you want to play all the stickings that are written very carefully. And all the rolls are open. There's no closed rolls in this piece. So follow all the stickings very carefully. And for those of you who are not familiar with this kind of marching band sort of notation, those slashes are diddles. So if you look at the last bar of the first line going into the second line, you have these 7-stroke rolls. So all those slashes mean you're playing 30-second notes. So when it's a triplet, you're playing 30-second note triplets, and that ends up being a 7-stroke roll. Which is hard to get the kind of speed. So what you want to do is basically close down the space just a little, so there's a little bit of space there, and keep your fingers close to the stick. So you see that? So it's very close, okay? That's the secret to playing fast doubles. And I have a lot of videos on this channel. If you look up doubles, just search that, you'll find several videos about how to develop those kinds of chops. We also have some fast singles, as in line 3. So those singles, same thing, use fingers. And I'm also going a little bit to the edge of the drum and coming back to the center. That helps a little bit. My favorite part of this solo is sort of the jazzy part, starting in line 4, and it goes all the way through line 6. So we have these triplet figures. Let me play that for you, those 3 lines. So here's line 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. So when you practice that, I would suggest slowing down the metronome to like 80. The written tempo is 95. Put it on 8th notes and do it like this. So here's line 5. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. And make sure you're playing those accents in the right place. Don't stick too high, keep it low. All right, and use your wrist for the accents, but don't tighten up too much. You have to remain loose so it sounds good and flowing there. All right, and then the rest of the solo is not too bad. The last 2 lines, we do have a little bit of a tricky flam accent passage here. So here's the last 2 lines, and we'll go back to quarter note equals 95. 1, 2. And then you have 8 bars to put the sticks down, turn off the snares, pick up the tambourine, and if you have to, turn the page. I'm using a tablet, so I'm turning the page, okay? That's plenty of time. And then get yourself set. Now, starting position of the tambourine is flat, all right? again, this is a tambourine that's mic close here. It's going to ring a little. You're going to hear some head. All right, some tone. So when we hold it, what we want to do is grab it from underneath and put our thumb on top here. All right, don't put your fingers in that hole there. That's for a cymbal stand. And then when you play it, if you want the note short, you're going to leave your hand on there. Otherwise, it's going to ring a bit. So you're going to start flat and play this very strong here. So you see when I do that shake roll, I'm lifting it up a little, but then right away when I hit it, I'm bringing it flat again. So the roll is done in that position, and then I'm playing flat for these soft notes. Once again, I'm leaving my fingers on there. Okay? So before C, the 5/4 bar, we have this long roll. That's a shake roll. And let me play that for you. So those soft rolls at C are going to be thumb rolls, if you can do them. If not, you can try to do a soft shake roll. But a soft thumb roll is a lot easier to do than a soft shake roll. Okay? And when you do that roll before C, you're going to hit the tambourine just a little bit and get it going. Don't just start it like this, because it's hard to get a good start. So you want to attack that roll very quietly. Okay? And then bring it up. And then we get to the last two lines here, which are the most difficult lines. I'm going to do those last two bars of the third line as thumb rolls. Okay, so let's play from C for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, the last roll is a shake roll, and you end flat, so it doesn't ring too much. You could do the last roll as a thumb roll. So here's the last three bars. 1, 2. If you do that, you need to attack the roll, because there's an accent on it. All right, that's acceptable and impressive to the judges if you're able to do that. So that's pretty much it. The tambourine part of this is much harder than the other rudimental part. So I would think that might be something that helps you a lot on your audition. So I'll play the solo now with the click track, but it won't be audible. So you can hear the whole thing without the click. And I wish you the best of luck on your audition.